Hello students, welcome to our next video tutorial. We are at unit number 5, exercise number 10, problem number 3. Projections of lines using auxiliary plane method. Auxiliary plane method. Last two problems which we have discussed 1 and 2, right? There the line was only inclined to one plane and parallel to the other. Remember, line inclined to one plane and parallel to the other. This was the line which we have discussed last class. Line inclined to one plane and parallel to the other. In the same way, we have seen auxiliary projections method by using auxiliary inclined plane and auxiliary vertical plane. Now the condition is line inclined to both the planes. Right? You remember line inclined to both the planes means final diminishing length front view, final diminishing length top view, right? Alpha, beta, apparent angles. Now here, if you are going to use auxiliary plane method, how this problem can be solved, right? It can be solved by method which is nothing but successive auxiliary views. What is that? Successive auxiliary views. You remember how you have solved line inclined to both the planes? We have assumed first line inclined to one plane parallel to other. From here we have second case. Locus lines, projectors, final diminishing in top view, final diminishing in front view. Like same way, case 1, case 2, case 3, like same way we are supposed to use successive auxiliary views, right? The auxiliary view, you remember again this I am repeating, auxiliary inclined plane inclined to HP perpendicular to VP is used to determine auxiliary top view. Auxiliary vertical plane inclined to VP perpendicular to HP is used to determine auxiliary front view. Now successive auxiliary views means whatever the angles which they are given in the question, we have to take the help of one and then next successive. The first step which you can use this or this, anything, right? It's called as primary auxiliary view. You can take any one help, right? Same way, this is first stage. Second stage, secondary auxiliary view. You can take both, any depending upon the question. Now, primary auxiliary view, secondary auxiliary view, and number 3, right? Like this, if you as much as possible, you can use successive. You can use successive auxiliary, any number. Same procedure, but auxiliary inclined plane we have to use first and then we have to go for second one. That's the simple thing. You hope primary auxiliary view, secondary auxiliary view. If you go around repeating this until we get our required, it's called as successive auxiliary views. You remember this auxiliary inclined view, auxiliary AIP, auxiliary inclined view, ATV, auxiliary. Now coming to the question, auxiliary inclined plane, auxiliary vertical plane. Look at the question number 3. A line AB 60 mm long has its NDA 20 mm above HP and 25 mm in front of VP. Line is inclined at 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP. Draw its positions by auxiliary plane method. Line AB 60 mm long, AB equal to 60 mm, which is true length, has its NDA depending upon points A 20 mm above H and distance D 25 mm in front of VP. Line is 20 mm above HP, 25 mm in front of VP. Line is inclined at 30 degrees to HP. Theta equal to 30 degrees. and 45 degrees to VP. 45 degrees to VP. With this you are supposed to draw, right? You know how to draw the regular methods. Draw this one parallel, another. But now auxiliary. Auxiliary, how you have to proceed means, see, as usual I am trying to draw XY line. Somewhere at the bottom I will start. What is the first step we have to assume in auxiliary plane method? We have to assume line is parallel to both the planes. Line is parallel to both the planes, 60 mm of 20 mm and 25 mm. Height 25 mm, sorry, height 20 mm, distance 25 mm. A dash A. In view dimension 20, 25. Line parallel, what is the length? 60 mm. So I am drawing 60 mm length. B dash B. This is what? 60 mm true length. True length. This is your front view and this is your top view. You know this. Now we have to proceed auxiliary plane method. First we have to take the help of theta equal to 30 degrees. Line inclined to HP. Right? Line inclined to HP means we have to assume a plane parallel to this, right? Line or plane, auxiliary plane inclined to HP perpendicular to VP. It is nothing but what is that? Auxiliary inclined plane. We have to take the help of auxiliary inclined plane at an angle of 30 degrees. Now, right, try to extend these backs. I have to draw a 30 degrees line which should not touch this. So I am drawing here somewhere. What is this here? Theta 30 degrees. X1, Y1. What is this? Auxiliary inclined plane. Auxiliary inclined plane. For auxiliary inclined plane, what we will get? Auxiliary top view. Auxiliary top view. Right? How you will get auxiliary top view? See, you remember? For the new X1, Y1, you are supposed to draw the perpendicular projector for the adjacent view. For this X1, Y1, adjacent view is front view. You are supposed to draw just perpendicular lines from A dash and from B dash. Like first problem I am solving. 30 degrees, 60, 25 here. Now we are supposed to extend this above X1, Y1 for what view? Auxiliary top view. Right? Of what distance we are supposed to extend? Whatever the top view distance is there, that we are supposed to extend. But the distance is 25. Just extend it and then rest. What you can do is you are supposed to draw its new points. What are the new points you got here? 2 points. This is equal to that line. 2 line indicate parallel means same length. That is 20. Now this is actually what? What is this? We have got auxiliary top view. A, B we have used. This is A1, B1. For this, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to find out its measurement. Its measurement of what? diminishing length here. Try to find out this diminishing length which is in top view. Up to here it is same like our first problem. Now successive, right? We are supposed to draw again phi equal to 45, right? Now when line is inclined to one plane, see line inclined to one plane, you remember this concept, right? I can show you somewhere. XY line 20, 25, you will start theta 30 degrees, true length, diminishing length. Now this diminishing length you got here. Now if you remember, again with this diminishing length, if I try to draw arc, right, and here with the help of true length at phi equal to 45 degrees, I will get locus line here. Now this will be projected to here, locus line here, final diminishing length. Now what I am trying to tell you is diminishing length, final diminishing length, both are same. I have given also notations. A, B, 2, sorry, right here equal to some notation, you remember that. Diminishing length will be equal to final diminishing length. So, final diminishing length here it will be at an angle of beta, right? I hope you remember final diminishing length will be at an angle of beta. We are supposed to find out that angle and you have to draw successive auxiliary view. This is primary auxiliary view, first one. Secondary auxiliary view we will get again with new reference line, one more, x2, y2. How to draw it? See, I am erasing this. See, let me take a line and a point A. Now true length is 60 mm, right, which is inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to VP. 45 degrees to VP. Now here, with the help of protractor, draw a 45 degrees line. True length 60. You can write it as whatever this A dash, B dash, whatever, you can write anything. Now think here, true length, draw locus line. Now I have to get what we call apparent angle beta from diminishing length. What diminishing length is? This one. Take the compass, measure this A1, B1. Now here A1 with the help of this, on this, cut it. This is B1. Now join A1, B1. Now with the help of this horizontal line, try to maintain and find the angle beta. This is very important. Auxiliary view or auxiliary step you can write, or you can tell it as you are supposed to find out B1, B dash, right? A dash, and also here we got A1. Take a point, draw 45 degrees to VP, right? You may get doubt, sir, 45 degrees VP is viewed in top view, right? Top view means you will be thinking that I have to draw like this, right? Anything will do. 45 degrees, true length, auxiliary line, diminishing length, which is already known here, top view diminishing length. So cut the angle, it will be outside beta. As we are not concerned with the problem, you can also do it like, because anything will do same, nothing, right? You may get doubt, sir. Top view diminishing length is 45 degrees inclined to VP means I have to show in top view below XY line, because here our main purpose is to find out the apparent angle beta. That's the reason I have done like this. You can also do like this, anything, but this has to be drawn compulsory. Now once that beta apparent angle is determined, now for suppose that apparent angle it may be 45 degrees more, it may be 60, 70 or 80, that you are supposed to draw with respect to new reference line x1, y1, See here x1, y1 is there. For xy you have drawn 30 degrees. Auxiliary inclined plane. Now what you have to do next? x2, y2 you have to do, right? With respect to what? With respect to what? This x1, y1. With respect to x1, y1. See how to draw it? Once you know the angle, then only you have to draw it. Now I can show you. This is auxiliary. Just erasing it. This is auxiliary top view. Now from here I have to draw line, right? See, for this I have to draw angle, but it will be little bit difficult. So for this line, both are parallel. You can draw anything. Now what I am trying to explain to you is just extend this line. Align your drafter. For that, with an angle of beta, which you have found, right? Try to draw a new line. x2, y2. x2, y2. Hope you all understand. See, for this x1, y1, I have to draw x2, y2. But there is a gap, right? You cannot draw it directly for that particular. It will be intersecting. So, for that reason, you have to extend the diminution length, and for that line, try to draw your x2, y2, right? Now, it will be some more angle. If it is beta, 45 means it will be around 70 or 80, right? Somewhat angle, you maintain that angle here, right? After maintaining it, you are supposed to draw again lines, perpendicular lines from the previous points, right? Perpendicular lines. This is what? A1. See, I know you will be confused, but don't get confused. For this line, you have to draw perpendicular. Now, when it is something like align your drafter, keep this and draw lines. This should be perpendicular. Now here it should be perpendicular. That is very important. Now after this I have to extend. To find out the final, what length I have to extend? What length I have to extend? See, for this auxiliary top view I have extended this. Now I have to get what here? Auxiliary front view, A1 dash, B1 dash, right? Auxiliary, what I can tell you, auxiliary front view I have to get. Now how much I have to extend means, see here these lines, cross, star. These two lengths are to be extended. These two lengths means star comes here, cross, this cross small length, this star length, that has to be extended. Now this is cross, this is star. Now you got finally two more points, A, B, A1, B1, A dash, B dash. Next is A1 dash, B1 dash. Join A1 dash, B1 dash, A1 dash, B1 dash. Diminution length top view, and this is diminution length in front view. You are supposed to measure it and do the dimension. My place is not enough. Still I can show you. Finally, this is your projections. See, I know you are a little bit confused, and my explanation also will make you to get bored. But think here, when a line is inclined to both the planes, HP and VP, you know final projections will be final diminution length in the front view, final diminution length in the top view. Now as per auxiliary plane method, you are first step is you are supposed to assume line parallel to both the planes. So xy, see here, xy line parallel, true length 60, 60 we have drawn. After that, first of all considering 30 degrees to HP theta, draw new x1 y1 at an angle 30 degrees. Now for that, from the adjacent view, for this new x1 y1, adjacent view is front view, a dash b dash. From those points perpendicular to x1 y1, we have to draw the lines, right? From this 30, you should not get it inside between. You can draw very close up to here, or up to here also you can draw depending upon your space, right? Once the lines are drawn, after that you have to extend it into some definite length. That definite length is top view. Auxiliary inclined plane is used to determine auxiliary top view. So this 25 mm has to be drawn here. Once you draw, you will get A1, B1, diminishing length in the top view. You have to measure it and give the dimension. First stage is finished. Primary auxiliary view is finished. Next, primary after secondary, tertiary. Like secondary is nothing but next thing. Next thing, you know the angle given as 45 degrees to VP. Now you should not draw 45 degrees. Why? Because you know when line is inclined to both the planes, right, it will be having apparent angle rather than the true inclination. So we have done true inclination here first. Second, secondary auxiliary view has to be drawn with the help of apparent angle. For that apparent angle, you have to find out separately drawing the figure. Now, true inclination with the VP is given as 45 degrees. Take any point, draw 45 degrees line of true length 60 mm. There draw the locus line. Now diminishing length, what you got here, measure with the help of compass and cut it on here, cut it on the locus line. Now if you observe here, you will get beta apparent angle. That beta apparent angle is to be maintained with x1 y1 as new reference line x2 y2. But how to draw? See, if you trying to draw here with respect to this angle, right, you will get intersect with the answer. So to avoid that, the answer what you got, try to extend that line. With respect to that line, maintain beta. Now draw new line x2 y2. It may be your measurement. It may be 70 degrees, 80 degrees, or even 90 degrees. That depends upon here. Once it is drawn, again whatever the new reference line you draw, from the adjacent view, you are supposed to draw the perpendicular lines, right? For the new reference line x2 y2, adjacent is auxiliary top view. From that points A1 B1, I have to draw the lines which are perpendicular to x2 y2, 90 degrees. We will stop here up to where? x2 y2. Then after that, what you will do, we have to extend. What length we have to extend? Here we have extended this. Now, but here you are supposed to extend these two lines. There is no constant. It will be varying from figure to figure, question to question, and student to student also. Right? This distance and this distance. This distance is to be extended from this point. We will get A1 dash. This star distance is to be extended here for getting B1 dash. Finally, join A1 dash, B1 dash. You will get diminishing length front view. We have to measure it. Right? Final diminishing length top view, final diminishing length front view. You got auxiliary top view, auxiliary front view. This is auxiliary front view. Clear, everyone? See, I try to explain as much as possible clearly. Still any doubts, you can ask me and anytime. Clear? Thank you.